Okay.
Hello and welcome to the podcast. My name is Andrew, and
My name is Sola. Welcome to the podcast.
it's our first ever one, so we're going to try it out and see what happens. So, Shola, what do you want to talk about today?
Sorry,
that's a very general question.
That is... scared by that, to be honest with you. I think I'm
scared myself.
I'm riddled with fear right now. But yeah, I mean, what's been happening recently? Oscars happened recently. Do you keep up to date with Oscars at all?
I looked at who won, but I haven't watched the footage of it at all. How about you?
Do you know, the funny thing is this is the only year where I happen to not keep into track with who was nominated. I only figured out who was nominated when the awards came out.
I know what you mean. It's the same for me, actually. I only noticed who was nominated after I looked at who won.
Exactly, yeah.
The list came up.
But I have seen quite a few films. I saw Joker.
I haven't seen Joker. I really want to see Joker.
I saw it in the cinema with my girlfriend, and it was like the opening weekend times, and there was a group of people behind us, and they were just talking the whole time.
Really?
It was horrible, dude. So... because, you know, I'm a massive man-child, my girlfriend had to go and tell the staff because I couldn't do it. No, but she went and told the staff, and then the staff said, okay, if you guys keep it up, then you're going to have to go. And they're like, yeah, that's fine, sure. And they just kept laughing and talking really loud through the film. But they probably had like a good half an hour in between where it was kind of quiet. And near the end, they were just talking so loud, like they weren't even trying to keep it down. And then my girlfriend just turned around and went, could you guys just shut up? No, it's not us. And she was like, obviously it's you. Everyone knows it's you. Just shut up. And they just kept going. And a couple of them were like meowing and stuff like that.
Why go to the cinema if you just go ruin it for everyone?
I don't know, man. It was so annoying. It was so annoying. That being said, did you ever hear that story? I think it was on Broadway of a guy who... So they had the set. And then one of the sets, it was like kind of like a kitchen room. And they had a wall plug. And the guy went on stage to charge his phone.
You're joking.
Nah, he didn't.
For real? Come on, man. That's fucking ridiculous.
I know, man.
He went on stage to charge his phone.
I know, there's a kind of...
How desperate are you?
I don't know, man.
Or you just there to take the piss?
Dude, sometimes you just got to see who's liking those snaps, you know? Sometimes I got to see my instant gratification. That's all I got to say, man. The Instagrams, here we go, boss.
You know, sometimes Twitter's popping off, you got to check it out.
Man, yeah. but your phone's dead. It's real problematic. That's it.
Can you imagine being an actor on stage and you see some guy come from the audience, just step up and plug his phone into a fake, like...
I mean...
socket, that'd be crazy.
Unless you're really done your preparation really good, you can only be in character and, you know, tell him to go away. But I think security took him off. You know, that's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But obviously it would have been cool for for us as actors to hear that the actor stood up to the audience member and kind of did that, but of course...
somehow in character and somehow just stuck to it, because that would throw anyone. That would throw anyone, someone just hopping up on stage and plugging in their phone. You'd be like, what?
Well, it's respect though, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's
like, come on, man. We're in a show here.
It's a level of respect. It's like Benedict Cumberbatch when he did Hamlet. According to some people I've been talking to about it, when he did that, and some shows, some people would be like just be such stands that they'd be calling to him and calling out to him like, oh my god, Benedict, I love you, I love you, I love you. And then there'd be some people just always taking photos and stuff.
Oh my days.
And I think he lost it at one point. He was like, there's a camera there, there's a camera there, there's a camera there. It would drive you insane, wouldn't it? You're just trying to do your job.
You're trying to do your job, and also something like Hamlet, man. Hamlet's it's a difficult role to play.
Yeah.
You really got to just get yourself in that zone and really just... And it's a beautiful script to play as well. So imagine you're really in the zone and just no one cares because it's just like, oh my gosh, it's Benedict Cumberbatch. I'd be pissed off at that. I'd be like, come on, man, just appreciate what I'm doing and not just the fact that I'm here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but people don't
I'll take photos and sign stuff afterwards, but right now I'm doing a show. Please just appreciate it.
But that's like the celebrity thing, isn't it? I think people just want to feel like that you owe them something. I think certain people have a mentality that since you're famous and since I know you as this famous person, I have to put you on this pedestal. Samuel L. Jackson getting asked to have a selfie with one other dude, and he said no, and he didn't want to give a reason because I just don't want to. And the guy was bashing him on Twitter. I don't go on Twitter, but
Neither do I.
Yeah, but he was saying that he's bashing him on Twitter, saying he's an asshole, and he's like, dude, why is it so wrong of me to say no? I have as much right to say no as much as you have to ask.
Yeah, isn't it? It's true that it's true. Sometimes you're not in the mood for it. I understand that, but people tend to like deify celebrities and really make like put them on a pedestal, think they're like godlike. So when they come across them, everyone just loses it, and just it must be a hard way to live because that's your whole life is just everyone wants to be around you, and it's crazy. So I couldn't imagine that for my whole life. You know what I mean?
Especially something bad happens in your life, right? People care.
Everyone knows about your privacy out there.
Even in school, people care so much about gossip. This person's dating this person. Yeah. And when it comes to a celebrity, man, you shouldn't have broke up with them. It's like, you don't fucking know what happened.
On the streets, people calling you out like, why did you break up with so-and-so? What's your problem? And people tend to like film a lot, like walk up to them and just film and just ask them questions. Yeah. It's a bit like, treat them like a human being. They are still a human being. Just because they're famous doesn't mean...
But in certain cases, filming is okay. Like, for instance, with police brutality or whatnot, you need to. There's evidence that needs to happen. Yeah, and these people need to be shown.
100%. You got to film.
But in that case, if someone who's just famous and you're just bothering them while they're getting a cheese toasty, then that's a different thing.
Like, you're just trying to enjoy yourself. You're walking down the street. You're going shopping. And then so like two people walk up to you with cameras like, oh hey, where are you going to? What are you doing? Oh, just ask you questions.
Just let me eat my steak.
Why did you break up with so and so? I heard your mother passed away. What's up with that? You're like, come on, man.
Oh my god.
Just what?
You wouldn't treat. I just don't think they would treat people that they know. Like that. Yeah.
But then because people are famous, just think, hey, everything's open to talk to. Let me just they treat them a lot differently than they would treat someone else that they knew, like anyone that they knew not from TV, someone normal in their life.
Got so, pipe issues.
Pipe fell down.
We're recording in Andrew's basement right now.
You know what? We should have brought the camera down here to take a few photos of just the grassroots. It truly is a mess.
Oh my god! It's all falling down. World War III.
Ooh, that was freaky.
It was scary. Now you can see why it's curved like that. Yeah, it's one of the hot water pipes that's just kind of fell down. But this is a proper.
It's live.
This is live.
Yeah, Jesus.
That's a washing machine, folks.
We're surrounded by a whole bunch of crap.
Yeah. We were talking about the other day, earlier actually, about the fact that because over the weekend Andrew invited me to
an acting convention.
Surviving Actors. And previously, before that, I had to record audio for a YouTube video that I was filming, and it was a voiceover. And I live in a place where it's middle of London, so there's lots of cars and ambulances and people shouting all the time.
Days,
North London, that's how it is.
Yep.
So I had to record in my closet. My closet is really, really small, so I've got my knees tucked in, and then the top of my neck is touching the roof, so I'm kind of like facing my feet with my knees tucked into my chest, and like, hi guys, welcome to this podcast. Look at this audio voice. It's ridiculous. But I
wonder what that does for your voice, because you can't get that full mobility. You can't really breathe properly.
It was horrible.
It's a bit constrained as well because you're all tucked in. It's a bit like, hey guys, you just don't get the full resonance of you.
That's what I wanted. I wanted that awkward, wheezy voice. That's what I was aiming for. That voiceover.
Just sound like you're being strangled.
Yeah, exactly. That emasculating voice. That's what I wanted to prove.
Hey guys, this is me checking in right now.
Guys, so if you want to do a dumbbell curls because I'm doing a fitness thing, that's how you know that you know what you're talking about when you have that wheezy voice. That's it.
See some butch man doing dumbbell curls in here. Okay, guys, cool. You see how my arm's doing this?
That's exactly what we're aiming for.
That's the way it should be done. Now, respect to you.
Yeah.
I dig the Rubik's Cube on the table, by the way.
Yeah.
That's quite a cool touch.
I can do a Rubik's Cube. Did you know?
You can?
Yeah.
You're joking?
Yeah, I can do it.
For real?
Yeah.
Well, we have one here. If only we had... You know what? I'm going to record it as well.
Okay.
Just, something to go with this.
Okay. Well, I mean... Record that, yeah, go for it.
There we go, now we're live.
Do you want to mix it up so or is that okay for you?
Do you know what? Yeah, you hold the camera.
And then
I'll mix it up a bit. I don't really know how to use a Rubik's Cube that well, and you're going to see.
We've got so many things going.
Oh, you know what? Yeah.
Is your laptop okay? Just kind of the screen turned off there.
Yeah. We're all good. We're all good. Just going on like a little resty thing. But hey, this is where we're recording at the minute for the camera, and for the audio people to draw a visual picture for you. It's dusty, gravel on the floor. It's full of cobwebs and that carpet and random boxes all around.
Do you know what? It's a vibe. Let's be honest.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Do you know what?
It's where you should
If you're not
start
for
out.
it, then just you know where the door is. That's all I'm saying. Okay. Swapsies. Swapsies. There we go. Okay. I'll do white first. So, just so I have something to talk to you guys about. I feel like I'm a Twitch streamer. I'm just running through a speed run right now. But essentially, what you want to do for a Rubik's Cube is get one color side first. So if you're doing the white here, then you want to get also the cubes that match with that. Yeah, the sides that match with that.
But I didn't even get how, like, what? Because, see, Rubik's Cubes are some mess.
Do you know, I tried to teach my ex this, and it was really hard. It was very difficult because I think everyone relates a Rubik's Cube to maths, and if they don't do typically well in school with maths, then they'll tend to shy away from that process. So this is probably really hard for them to learn. So as you can see, I got this side, but at the same time I got these colours around it. So the middle point of the Rubik's Cube, middle point of each face is what that colour is going to be, because that's the centre cube and they'll never move. So white will always be opposite yellow, red will always be opposite orange, and blue will always be opposite green. Blue will always be opposite green. So if you know that, you can kind of play around with that. So I'm going to speed up here and do this a bit faster.
That's a madness though, because the Rubik's Cube, I just look at a Rubik's Cube and I'm there like, yeah, cool, that's got me.
You already get stressed just thinking about it.
Did you see me moving it there? Like, I look like a child. I really don't know what I'm doing with it.
Honestly, sometimes it's better to be a child because you don't overthink it. Yeah, you don't overthink it. I watched this guy on YouTube who does puzzles quite a bit. And he was saying there was this typical, like, they have different things that they have for puzzles. So you can have like sometimes they'll have coffee cups that's a puzzle. Sometimes they'll have headphones that are a puzzle. And this one was a little telephone, and it was told to be the only puzzle that no one's ever solved. But a 7-year-old was able to solve it in an hour.
What?
Because she wasn't overthinking the process of it.
So just, okay, how's this going to go? And then did it.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of a madness,
Yeah,
you know?
it's kind of crazy. Right. Just need to get the corners in the right place.
Where did you learn how to do a Rubik's Cube? Pretty interested in there.
Online, actually. just on YouTube, because I was like, oh yeah, I want to solve that. So I'm kind of the coward's way out, to be honest with you.
No, fair enough. That's a good way to learn.
I mean, yeah.
Because no one's around, who's going to teach you?
Exactly right. And I had a lot of smart friends, but they all learned through online as well. This is the last move right now. Boom, there you
People
go.
that see that, that's a madness, right? That's actually just a madness. I don't get that at all. So why did you learn it? That's actually a good question. My G.
I don't even remember, bro. I don't remember. I did this, and then I did a 4x4. So this is a 3x3 typical one that you usually see.
Yeah.
3x3x3, as you can see, and the one that's 4 will be 4x4x4. And that one's a bit more complicated because there is no middle square. You have to make the middle square.
Yeah.
But a 5x5x5 will have a middle square because obviously
it's a odd
exactly. So yeah, that's how I know how to do a Rubik's Cube.
That's a madness. What other talents do you have?
I think that's about it. To be honest with you, I don't know. What about you? Do you have any hidden talents that I don't know about?
I don't know about hidden. I can flip, which is a pretty cool talent.
Oh yes, my man is a bendy boy. Okay, okay, ladies, gentlemen, flip boy in the house. Okay, flip boy in the house. Oh, I just did 17 backflips. Let me explain to you what just happened. Andrew just did 17 backflips in the basement. You can't see it or hear it or prove it, so that's fine by me. But it happened in front of my eyes.
But I tell you, I've always loved how to do flips and stuff. Flips have just always been amazing for me. Just what your body can do. I've always been very interested in just that, seeing what it does. So I love to do flips. I need to find a good place to do flips here in London, actually.
I saw some videos of you doing it on Instagram.
Yeah, that was me, just the park around the corner.
Oh, really?
It's a sick park. nice secluded areas because I don't like to do it in front of people. Because people start watching and ask, "Oh, can you do it again? Oh, can you do that one before?" I just want my own space to really just practice and just enjoy, and also the added pressure of people watching you.
Yeah, you feel like
you feel like you feel put off. You can't fully immerse yourself. You're fully like focus on it because you're there like, oh, that person's watching. That person wants me to do something cool, but I'm just practicing.
Yeah,
You know?
it's hard not trying to care what people think all the time.
Yeah,
especially for that kind of instance. But it's pretty cool. You can do it. I've always wanted to be able to backflip. I had a really good friend, for when I used to live, back home in Scotland, and really, really great friend. He used to skateboard. He used to do flips all the time, and he was really athletic all the time. He used to run all the time. And I couldn't do most of that. I mean, I was like the fitness guy who used to, do lots of weights and know a lot about fitness, but he could do actual cool things like backflips or skateboarding. And I typically a lot of the time I was just filming with my phone and make like there's like edits that you do when you're a kid if your friends doing it. But yeah, it was always something I wanted to learn, but I never did.
Okay,
it's very interesting.
You're still not too late.
It's still not too late.
You're still a young man.
Absolutely. I've been told I'm pretty flexible. Not by my mum, but I've been told by other people.
Oh, to be fair, you don't need to be flexible, do flips. You need to understand rotation.
True.
Because, yeah, actually, I'm not too flexible. I can just about touch my toes.
And you can still...
I can still backflip. I can still... Well, actually, no. There's one flip I really want to pick up again called a butterfly twist.
Oh, a butterfly twist.
Yeah. Because if you think about, like, Kung Fu films, they do butterfly kicks. Now add a 360 onto that. And it's just beautiful. I used to be able to do it so nicely, and then I stopped for ages, and now fear just conquers me when I do it.
So is it the fear of, like, hurting yourself?
Yeah, I think it is. The fear of, like, falling, which just makes me bail midway through and fall.
Funny enough.
So I'm just there, like, because sometimes I really get myself in the zone, like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then when I go off the ground, I'm like, shit! Just throw myself out of it.
Have you hurt yourself before doing it?
No. And I have never like hurt myself. But also, I used to practice on mats back in my good old days.
Did you used to go to gymnastics?
Yeah, I used to go to gymnastics class, and then I went to a parkour class. So that's kind of they always had mats there, so I'd always practice as well my parkour as well as my flips. So that's why I practice on some like nice thick mats. I'd practice just butterfly twist, and I could take it onto the grass after that. After I know I've got the basic rotation down. But now since it's been so long, I'm not sure if I still have that basic rotation. Even though I'm sometimes so close, it's painful. But it's just because I'm used to a backwards rotation. I'm quite good at like backflips. That's why I do different variations of them. But the sideways rotation just throws me. So that's one thing I just need to just get back in my head about. Get out of my head about back in my body. Because my body knows what it's doing.
Well, I just let it. Come on, bro.
Did
Did you do anything specific in gymnastics? So, for instance, did you do like the rings, or did you have a specific like movement you did, or was it just floor?
For me, it was just floor mainly, just practicing flips and stuff. Because I really wanted to learn a backflip back in those days. And then from there, once I learned it, I was like, all right, cool. What else can I learn? A wall flip. So, backflip of a wall, and then what's called a palm spin, where you kind of put your palms on the wall and throw your whole body and like spin around one arm.
Is that where you turn into a ceiling fan?
Yeah. On the side, yeah. So that kind of thing. I haven't done that in ages as well. It's another sideways rotation, which I'd be terrified to do now.
Did anyone else in your friends group do it?
No,
or did you meet those people through gymnastics and parkour?
Well, I was the only one out of my friends group that went to gymnastics and parkour, and they were all a lot older than me.
They usually are, aren't they? Yeah, they're usually like 20-year-old guys. Oh, this is so cool! Look at all these older guys.
Exactly. Yeah. It's true because I started when I was like.
Again, everything's just falling.
Oh my days! Okay, that's when the roof was coming in.
Folks, when this podcast ends, it will be the death of me and Andrew. That's when you know when the end of this podcast will be. It'll just be screaming and then some non-copyright music at the end of it.
You're gonna hear boom.
Do
you know what? I see why it was hanging down before. I shouldn't have clipped it up. I should have just left it like that. So it didn't scare the shit out of us. Now, where was I? Yeah, everyone. Because I started like about almost 10 years ago now. Jesus, that's a long time, almost 10 years ago. And then that's why I practice solidly, just flips, and then parkour as well. And you just become so agile, which is amazing. Your reflexes are so good. Like, even to this day, my reflexes are sick, which, hey, I'm thankful about, because that's one thing I just got. Okay, they're not as swift as they used to be. And I can definitely feel that. I'm not as agile, not as, but they're still pretty good. But I want to get back into it just so I can get my agility back and my response to the world. As if you slip, you catch yourself not quite nicely. Now, if I slip, it's not graceful. I'll catch myself, but it's not graceful.
I was the same with my friend who is a skateboarder. I remember one time, so in Inverness, on top of Scotland, there's this walk from the main high street to the cinema, and my friend and me, instead of buying the bus ticket, would just walk the 45 minutes. Now there'd be an underpass for a bridge for cars to go above and then below. So on the below bit there was like two runways kind of up that you're not meant to go up because it's dangerous.
Where it's slanted.
Exactly, or slanted. And my friend ran across that and he fell, and I saw him rolling down like, I don't know how you'd explain it, like tumbleweed kind of thing, I could see him coming. I was like, oh, what an idiot, he fell over. And it didn't look like he was falling that fast because he's a skateboarder, he knows how to bail.
Yeah.
But his ankle landed on the bottom of rocks, so like they had rocks that they'll put in the ground. It kind of looks like, I don't know, make it look nice. But that ended up being his downfall, literally, no pun intended.
Yeah.
And
because there's no stable ground.
Yeah, he wasn't able to walk properly, so me and my friend piggybacked him there. We watched the entire film, and then we walked all the way back. And little did I know that then he came into school the next day, and he had a cast on his foot. So I've sprained it.
Yo.
It's like, dude, we walked 2 hours after you broke your ankle.
Sprained ankle.
Oh my god.
That's nuts.
And he was like, it's cool, bro. You can sign it now.
Just walk it off. It's fine. I just walk it off.
Yeah. And he wanted to stay the night at my house after that. Like, oh, your mum's such a buzzkill, bro. And she was like, no, you need to come home. You've hurt your ankle. So, oh, your mum's such a buzzkill, bro. But I was like, fuck, bro. You actually
you really fucked up your ankle.
Oh my god.
That's nuts. That's crazy. You know what? I've never properly injured myself before. No? Well, I did fuck up my thumb. Come to think of it, one time. Which thumb was it? It was this one here. So I can bend it, but only that far, as the other one can go all the way down.
What did you do?
You know what? No, I'm getting slightly more mobility.
Look at that. That's beautiful, folks.
Yeah, a bit more mobility with that. But I was trying. There's this thing called a butterfly kip up. So kip up. Kip up where people doing martial arts with it. Yeah, there you go. You know what it is. But yeah, so just for the audience.
Propeller, but kip up.
Yeah. So you're lying on the floor and you propel your legs round, I'm not sure clockwise or anti-clockwise, but yeah, and then you throw your whole body up and you land on your feet. So I did that, and then I tried doing a front flip straight after. So land and front flip. Bear in mind, I didn't know why I was this cocky, but I didn't know how to front flip at the time.
It just felt natural, didn't it?
Yeah, it just felt like I can do this. So I tried. And then I did it, but I did a front flip, went all the way over, but I landed on my bum and my hands. But I landed badly on my thumb. So it kind of clicked back and I felt it. And it felt horrible. I remember the pain. And this guy was like, oh, you were nearly there. Do it again. And I was still trying to catch my breath from the pain of just cracking my thumb. So I was like, all right, just give me 2 minutes. I need to think it through.
Because you don't think it's that bad when it happens. It's not even sometimes it's not even about proving it to someone. It's just oh, fuck, it hurts a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah.
And then actually you're
trying to move your thumb. And afterwards.
What, 8 years later, you're still fucked up in your thumb?
Still properly bent. I can't bend it all the way. It's nuts. But I think that's the worst injury I've had from doing parkour. I did it for a long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think it ever properly felt. Sometimes you'll see some mad crashes or mad fails, which was hilarious. There's one dude, he used to do wall flips all the time, and he was good at it. He was decently good at it. I don't know. One time it just went wrong. Well, he bailed midway through, which just fucked him. So he went to do a backflip. Midway wall flip even. Midway through, he just, I don't know, his whole body was like, fuck it. So he tried spinning around.
Flailing
in the air, spun around and landed right in the back of his neck. and like his whole body
no.
just like collapses in. Where it goes.
No.
It was awful to watch.
Do you ever play Skate? The games?
I played the demo of it.
It's like when you bail, and it's just like that. Yeah. Oh my god.
True. Like I think just committing to it can really just take you a lot further. But that fear is so loud.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes you're like you just hear no in your head. You just got to jump out of it.
Yeah.
Yo, some madness.
Yeah. I mean, I've never hurt myself to like. Probably like apart from like falling over as a kid when you're running about.
Oh, I used to do that all the time. I've got scars all over my knees and shins for that.
But I remember one time when I was with school, we went to Spain for class trip. They had a swimming pool. Yeah, they had a swimming pool. It wasn't very luxurious, to be honest with you, because our school is part of a community, like a small community. They have their own money and stuff like that, kind of like a hippie commune kind of thing. Is the only way to really describe it.
Damn.
Yeah. I was kind of raised around them. It was pretty awesome, but they had their own community in Spain where they literally don't have any money. They just trade between them each other. And then that's what we're in. We're in that community. There was one time where they made a lot of paella for each other. It was this big, massive cauldron full of paella that everyone just kind of had one day. But essentially, one time they have a swimming pool.
Yeah.
And my friend, skateboarder, was doing flips, showing off, and we're doing like weird shit. We're just trying to like do a jump in, but look like we're like really like unwell, like just jumping in, being spastic and stuff like yeah. So at one point I was like, okay, I'm going to be awesome with this and try and front flip, and there was a couple other Spanish kids there, and I don't think I was trying to show off. I was trying to prove to myself that I could do it. I did a front flip, and I thought executed pretty well, felt pretty good, didn't do anything, but it's just before I landed I heard oh, and I was like, what happened? So I got up and they were like, yeah, probably don't ever do that again.
You nearly hit your head on the...
Oh my god. Apparently I was centimetres away, like just about a centimetre away from smacking my head against the concrete, and I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. So yeah, that kind of scared me into it. I mean, I can barely do a front flip on like a trampoline I can't land on my feet. I don't know, it's just not the...
Front flips are scary though. Yeah. I find them scarier than backflips.
Really?
Yeah. I find them harder to do.
I have heard that, but I don't understand why everyone finds it so difficult compared... Because for me, I'd imagine you're seeing where you're going, but for a backflip, you have to look behind you and you can't really see. Is it because you see your feet quicker? Is that why?
I found with a backflip, when you throw yourself back, like, if you can commit to it, you just get around so much easier. Like, it's... But doing a front flip, you're literally hurling your head at the ground, and your whole force is going like down almost. Instead of a backflip, your whole force is going up, like up and back. But getting yourself in a mindset of going, because usually when you do a front flip, you throw your head down, so usually your whole force goes down as well. Now getting into up and down, up and like forward is hard, and that's the scary thing about it, because you just... And it's so easy to land on your back. Like once you get past your head on the backflip, you can put your hands out. You can catch yourself anywhere, and you can learn easily from there. But front flip, once you get past your head, it's your back. You can't really catch yourself behind or anything. So
the only person who's got your back is your back.
Yeah, literally. So your back's just gonna go boom on the floor, just bang, and get winded. So that's always one thing that's just thrown me off. So front flip, I still can't do. I'm still too scared to do it.
I don't blame you. It does sound pretty intense.
It's weird. Like I remember even back at parkour class, before I was learning a backflip, I was learning what's called a loser, which is before I learned a front flip. Sorry, I was trying to learn what was called a loser, where you front flip but move backwards.
Front flip but move backward. Oh, okay, right. So your momentum's still forward but also backwards.
Yeah. So like I'd say I'm standing where you are. I'd front flip facing that way and land like over here or something.
Do you need a partner for that?
No, you can do it by yourself.
But someone usually at the beginning would
I'd do it like onto mats.
Yeah, okay.
So I'd land onto mats quite nicely, and like from mats that are high up onto like a really soft mat, so giving me the real space to get the rotation. I don't know why I was trying to learn that before I even knew how to do a front flip. It doesn't actually make sense. And I was trying to do it off of a wall as well, kick off a wall and front flip, which again is just difficult.
Because if you choose that, if momentum was your issue, right? But momentum wasn't your issue. It was fear.
Fear, and also I just don't know how to front flip. My body is not comfortable with that rotation just yet. Comfortable enough to do it off a wall and do it backwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I like to, if I'm learning a flip, I'll drill it till it's second nature. till like I can literally just do it like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And then from there you can add variations to it. But just not knowing it at all is not a place to start from.
No. That's like not being able to swim, but then just trying to swim with sharks.
Yeah, you know what I mean? You know,
Jesus Christ,
bro. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make much sense at all.
Oh my god.
How long are we in so far? Oh damn, half an hour.
Yeah, we're doing alright.
Yeah, doing good, doing quite nicely.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What are the topics you want to jump on?
I don't know. I mean, that's kind of why we're here.
Yeah.
That's. I think one of our main ideas that we tried to jump on was
find our sound. Find our topic.
Hi guys, welcome to our ASMR podcast. Today we're gonna try something different.
Ooh, you like that, don't you?
Oh my god, no. We were talking about this earlier, and we were saying, Andrew asked me, is ASMR some kind of like
sexual thing?
A sexual thing, and I was like, it can be, because I think he didn't even know he was listening to ASMR before I told him he was. Like, I listened to Rain because it's just something that I used to really fall asleep to when I was driving, when my parents were driving in the car. I used to fall asleep to Rain.
I listen to like fan sounds on my phone.
Fan sounds, yeah.
To put me to sleep, because sometimes when the fan's on, like consistent.
I was thinking about that, and I was thinking, I saw a fan in your room. Why don't you use an actual fan? I don't like it. Is it just too cold? Is that what it is?
Sometimes, yeah. That's why I find it gets a bit chilly. Like, I remember one time I tried it like this was a month ago or a few weeks ago, and man, it got cold.
But it's just so strange though. Like, I remember I got my other friend, I was saying, oh yeah, I listen to Rain, and he was having trouble sleeping, so he started listening to that as well. And he lives in the attic of his house, and it's one of those with the windows, in a slanted house, the windows are at the side, and you can kind of a fold open one that's on a hinge.
He must hear Rain singing quite clearly though.
Yeah, he heard it really clear. So one night, so he just listened to it on his phone, but one night it was raining really loud, and he was like, oh, it's raining right now. And then he goes on his phone, and then goes onto the YouTube video, and then presses play, and he's like, why am I doing this? There's actual rain right now. Because sometimes you just want the artificial thing.
Yeah.
It's so strange, isn't it? But yeah, in ASMR, there's different, obviously different people who are just, at their mics just speaking really softly, who are live streamers or whatnot. And I think sometimes if they hear more...
about anything in particular? Can it be educational as well? You can listen to like a book while you sleep by an ASMR?
You can. I mean, I think... Even audiobooks could even probably be considered ASMR, right? If someone's being really... Yeah. If you have, like, Stephen Fry just reading you a bedtime story, right?
I think there's a Stephen Fry one on Headspace, the app, where he reads you a bedtime story.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I tried that recently, or it was some guy, but I'm pretty sure it was Stephen Fry.
I'm pretty sure he's on Headspace. I've saw some ads. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but I think sometimes it's just, some things are just, they teeter on the edge of like, that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. And for instance, I was talking about the mukbang that they have, which is, don't know specifically, but I heard that it was to connect Korean families. I don't know the ins and outs of it, but that's what the original tradition was. And then America took that and made mukbang videos. A lot of people eating these big trough gauntlets of food. And it's, for me, I'm really disgusted by it, by the fact of someone eating that much. I saw this one of this woman eating this lobster that was just full of different, like, just pumped through of different shit. It was just filled so much that the thing it managed to expand. It was like 4 or 5 times the usual size of a lobster. Yo. And she was just eating it raw. It was slurping and everything. I was just really grossed out by it.
Really, yeah?
Yeah. And even the pasta thing I was telling you, the spaghetti thing I was telling you. Yeah, people would... Oh man, I have to edit this later. You know that, right? I have to edit this later.
You're gonna love hearing that.
I'm gonna love hearing that. But yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, I mean that's one thing I kind of tried to get away with last year, of trying to get away with not listening to Rain anymore, because I was relying on that to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just couldn't really sleep without
the
quiet. The quiet. Mm-hmm. So I felt like when you do that, there's a sense to me that you're trying to drown out something that's in your head. Mm-hmm. And I think the fact that I've managed to realise that helps me get over that hurdle of saying, okay, there's something we need to face, and let's just sit here and try and figure it out. Some nights I'll I'll just go with the flow, and I'll actually just end up putting on the rain. But sometimes I just try and like to drown it out and see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of your that's interesting because I've always been like in and out. Well, I struggle to sleep here and there, like quite a bit. I'm up for hours, and I'm in that period right now where I struggle to sleep. So I always find it just trying to find the right thing. Like I even have a caffeine curfew at the minute.
Yeah, me too. But I only have tea, but the same thing.
Okay, yeah, still got caffeine in. So I like my caffeine curfew is like around 2 o'clock. Because they say even 8 hours later, still a lot of it's in your system. So 2 o'clock,
Interesting.
10.
2 p.m. Wow. See, because I'll fast till 2 p.m., so that'll be my first meal.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I sometimes fast till 2 p.m. as well.
Yeah.
Or maybe even like 5. Sometimes I might have one meal a day.
Yeah, it's bad sometimes.
But I'm on this smoothie thing nowadays, where every morning for breakfast I have a smoothie. So that one's actually doing quite well right now. Like even yesterday, I had so much energy. And my skin's feeling better.
It's looking good, bro. It's looking,
I'm looking damn near
oh
beautiful.
Oh my god! Only you could see. I think you guys can hear how beautiful he is, and then that's as much as you need. Okay.
Just picture that face.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So yeah, it's working wonders. Like I put loads of just straight fruit and veg, keep it clean. Anything. I just feel good. I feel like I got more energy. Like I even ran for the train recently, which sometimes will make me puffed out. But this time around, I got there, I was like, whoa, I might do that again. That was easy.
That's interesting. I mean, not to like shun you out, but you also smoke as well. So like that means that's doing you wonders.
Exactly. Like I didn't know that food made such an impact as if it does. Like I'm less fatigued now. I don't feel sluggish. Now if I count the smoking as well, bruv, I could probably dash out 10K tomorrow.
Do I hear Goku? That's all I'm saying, man. Goku, cold showers, no fap. You're ready, bro.
Yeah,
like that's it.
Cold shower as well. I took one this morning.
I'll take one every morning.
Oh really?
Yeah.
The whole way through, or?
Now I've thought about that, but I don't enjoy that as much just because
that's just painful.
Yeah, why would you do that to yourself?
I can't focus on washing myself. I'm like, shit's cold.
I think it's for me personally, what I'll do is my shower it can go beyond 40 degrees, but you can put it beyond that. So I go to 30 degrees, and then I'll wash myself, put on my facial scrubber, and then I'll wash that off, and then put on a cold blast, and I'll be there for about minute and a half. And my main goal is to blow up. My main goal is to be able to breathe more shallow.
Yeah.
Because I think typically when you jump in the shower, you
feel like you're gonna pass out.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then I think once you do more and more cold showers, you breathe deeper. Because a lot of people I meet, they don't know how to breathe deeply. And even when I'm hanging around partners, and we're just lying down and we're just relaxing there, I can feel that they're not breathing deep.
Yeah, they're lying on you. You can feel the shallow.
And that's how the anxiety. I think that's how a lot of anxiety builds. It's a Wim Hof technique.
Wim Hof, yeah,
my guy.
Superman,
represent
the Iceman. The
Iceman, yeah, he's Superman as well, bro.
he does that breathing technique as well, doesn't he? Like 30 seconds of just solid in out, deep breaths, and then like 2-minute holding.
That's what he did for when he went under the ice. Really? When he went swimming in I think it was Antarctic.
Something like that. He's insane. It's
the coldest temperatures. And I think he was talking about it, and he said he had a rope attached to him because they had to chip out the ice in one part, and then chip out the other part, and chip out the other exit hole. So
while underwater.
No. So some people did this prior, right? So they cut out point A, and then they'll cut out point B, and he has to travel from A to B. So he's in there, as you say, he's doing his breaths, and his lower torso is underneath. He's just breathing, short breaths, and then he holds. And then he was saying once he was under there, and he couldn't find the exit hole because everything looks the same when you're underneath there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Oh my days.
So as he knew it was I think he knew it was 8 strokes. I think he either overshot it or not. I think he overshot it, and he was like, oh. So he went a little bit left, and he couldn't find it. He went a little bit right, and he couldn't find it. And usually most people would start panicking or passing out.
Yeah, it's easy to lose it.
And he knew that would fuck him up even more, but he knew in his mind that I think he said that he wasn't afraid of death at that point. He didn't fear it. But that's how he even got onto that kind of mentality, that kind of way of training, is because his wife died, and then he had to figure out a way to survive, and said the ice is what saved him.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the ice is what saved him. So.
Because he is a pretty amazing man.
It's pretty. I think he also climbed. I don't know what he climbed. I don't want to say Everest because I don't want to put him in I don't want people to have that too much of a high expectation. But he did climb a mountain in shorts.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. Just shorts alone, no t-shirt, no nothing. Barefoot as well, wasn't it, or something?
Yeah, and he was
something
talking.
Wild.
Yeah, I went to Tony Robbins' seminar a couple of years back. They didn't have him here.
Unleash the Power Within, or
exactly
UPW, yeah.
UPW, yeah. And he had. We didn't have him there, but he did a video of him at another event. He was talking about that system, and he was saying, when you're climbing it and you put your foot up, and he's like, oh, my fucking calf's so sore, it's so painful. He says if he breathes deep, the pain goes away. And he can focus on his breathing. His breathing is what leads him through. The pain isn't there. It's like meditation.
Yeah.
When you breathe, you don't necessarily drown out the thoughts. They're still there, but it gives you something else to focus on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of, it also does relax you quite a bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Which is nice. You know what? I should get back into meditating. Because I've only just got back into my cold showers again. Because it takes like 1 to 3 minutes. It depends. But yeah, just solid cold showers. I just need to get back into meditating too. Put that in my morning schedule and then bang.
I do it both. I'll do a cold shower, then jump right into meditation. And that, for me, it kind of... The cold shower... That's the best thing about it. When you're there and you're under the cold water, try and think about anything else but trying to get warm.
Sing.
You do it?
Yeah, because I got the music playing, so I rap along or sing along to it. I use I use the shower head as a mic sometimes. So I'm like rapping into it. It's just on my face.
With the cold shower, yeah. But I mean, try and think about
all the way off, and I'm just rapping into it.
But try and think about your problems. That's my main point. Try and think about your problems when that happens, because you can't. You can't, because of the cold water. It's taking over your body. It's controlling you, and that's what it is. It's kind of like a great way to start the morning because it's your first challenge of the morning.
Yeah, that's what I was
just
about to say.
Turning the water cold.
It is a huge challenge, and overcoming that starts you nicely for the day. It's really good. Plus, it's just got so many different benefits for you. Like, I know there's it's good for your mood, good for your circulation,
good for your muscles.
Yeah, good for your muscles. Yeah. There's even someone that said it might help with weight loss as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I read that. I was like, okay, that's interesting.
I read an article, it must be true. Yeah.
Articles these days, man, there's way too many.
I think what I hate most about some articles health benefit stuff is that they always say this thing causes cancer, but that is such a vague implement because there's many cancers.
So many different cancers.
And what in particular
specific type of cancer,
and what specifically does it cause? What specific thing in it causes the cancer? And at the same time, fucking living is what causes cancer as well. Existing also can cause cancer because you exist. Therefore, you may be able to have cancer. So it's such a vague thing.
Yeah.
And I don't like it because it kind of, a lot of people say when it causes cancer, it cuts out the factor that you can argue against it. I don't like that about these arguments that people have about benefits, because in me, when I in the bodybuilding and powerlifting fitness industry, in that sense, there's so much. You can find something that someone completely agrees with and then someone completely disagrees with, and they're both correct because it works for them. And I think for me, proper research is what can help me figure out or teach to others what is factual and not.
It's true. Because you gotta be experimental about it as well. Because you gotta tailor stuff to your specific body as well. Because not everything will work for Adam, Jeffrey, Lucy.
Specifically, male and female is very different. And obviously, when I started working out, I'm a guy, so I worked out with a lot of other guys, and I think my knowledge of because I'm trying to I want to become a personal trainer, but I think understanding that female bodies are very different, because the time of month can also add on weight. It can mess with the hormones. Obviously, it does. That's what it's all about. It's flushing out the body.
Yeah. I didn't know it can add on weight. That's quite interesting.
And even a change of diet can be a change in the time of the month and everything. So it's so
depending on the specific time of month, it would work better, or
it's so complex, and I don't
Yeah.
understand it. But one thing I find really interesting that I figured out recently, again, not 100% factual. This is what I found online, and people were saying, but they said that women typically can handle more weight when it comes to a lower body exercise, so they recover a lot more quickly. Their recovery time is faster, and their endurance is better. They can't necessarily lift as much as men on the lower body, but their endurance and the recovery time is better. But for instance, when I do legs, not that I'm speaking for all men, but when I do legs, my legs, I can't do that many exercises if, say, I could do on upper body for chest. I'll only probably do a squat, and then remaining deadlifts, and then leg extensions, and then that's it.
Okay.
Whereas girls could do 5, sometimes 6 exercises and still be fine to go and train legs in like 2 or 3 days. So the recovery time's so much quicker. But I think that also has to do with maybe
low center of gravity style?
No, more like in the sense of I can't remember the word that you use. Forgotten the word now. But more like their time of the month can help them in that. Fertility, that's it. The fertility.
Okay. Fertility and menstruation.
Yeah, I think is what it could possibly do that with the kind of like the big hips that you need to like. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too caveman right now. But
that's you're exploring it. That's quite interesting, because I had no idea about any of that at all. That's very, very interesting. Now it's opened my eyes as well.
Yeah, I think when you're a coach, you have to take all these things into consideration, because
yeah, 100%. You might have a female client.
Yeah.
And you need to know how to work for their body as well.
And a lot of people from...
Because not one size fits all kind of thing at all. Yeah, I think that's kind of how personal training used to be like viewed. You just work out like crazy, and then that's it.
It's a cookie cutter program is what they call it. People who are suckers and they just want to lose weight, and they're like, this is the way how you get abs. But people like say, if I want to lose abs, I want to lose fat, just some abs, just so I can get that 6-pack. You can't specifically hone in on a body part and say, I want to lose body fat there. It's the whole thing, because when you lose weight, it's in your face, it's in your chest, it's in your ass, it's everywhere. And typically the last place to go is your gluteus, your glutes, because they are the biggest muscle. So for instance, in bodybuilding, if you're cutting down, they always say, are your glutes shredded yet? So if you've got shredded glutes, that means that you're ready for your bodybuilding show. Because that means you got those striations. It's very rare when you see that. It's like proper bodybuilding is the striations on the glutes. But yeah, that's the last thing to cut down is the glutes, because that's when you're cutting really, really hard.
I got pretty toned glutes, but not like mad.
You got striations. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, not like that.
Looks like chopped ham. Yeah.
Nah, I got a bit of shape to mine.
Yeah, of course.
I'd prefer it that way.
Of course. No, but I think when people typically say, I just want to lose weight on one specific part, that kind of angers me, because I just want to be like, no, it's not how it works, and people are going to take advantage of you because of that, because people can say, this is the only way to...
But I also feel like with the media in that, it's made how we view ourselves so superficial. You're just there like, I need to have a 6-pack, I need to have big arms just so I can look good out there, and people look at me and say, hey, you look nice, and stuff like that. So that's where I think people are getting a bit messed up about fitness and that, because they're like, oh, if you have a 6-pack, you're more attractive. I just need a 6-pack. Fuck everything else.
I think one fitness coach said it very well. So the day you start, typically for someone who's a lifter quite frequently, typically the day you start lifting is the day you become small. What he means by that is, the day that you pick up the weight is the day you're going to look at yourself in the mirror. It's the day that you're going to say, okay, maybe I can add some bit here, add some bit here, maybe we can add a bit more, and you're never satisfied. You always want to be bigger. You always have a little bit of body dysmorphia. You could always be better.
Yeah.
Because even though you're like, oh, I'm huge in my arms, but my traps are small, or my quads my pecs aren't quite there. Yeah. Then when that catches up, you're like, oh fuck, now my other part is lacking, so you're always trying to keep up with it.
That's quite interesting, because I had something like that recently. Like, I'm usually look in the mirror, I'm like, hey, my body's looking alright, looking nice and toned. But when I went back home to Canterbury with my family recently, and we had some weights in, so I thought, fuck it, let me just do some weights while I'm here. And then that's when I was like, oh gosh, you know what? My pecs need some work. Let me try that out. Let me make sure my deltoids are looking good and all this. And my back just needs some extra such and such. And it's just now that's why I'm like, all right, now I look small.
Yeah. Now you're like as soon as you pick that weight, that's it.
Yeah.
Because you're analyzing yourself.
I was facing, there was a mirror there as well. Like I'm facing the mirror while I was working out. So it's like, man, is that all? My pecs are nowhere near as big. It's crazy.
Yeah, it just hits you like a ton of bricks. Unless you're Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And then you just like
gorgeous.
But that's the thing. Did the guy looked fucking awesome, bro? He did. Because
he was huge.
He was huge, and I think that's the thing is he was really smart as well. He did certain things like I think a lot of bodybuilders did it back in the day, but they would do ballet
to get the core.
No. To work on the poses because it's like it's a routine, right? It's a sports routine, so they want to. There's certain things called like you want to hold the pose because every time when you're on stage, you're flexing your legs and you're flexing your core all the way through it. Even when they say relax, you still need to flex your core and your legs. So it's about keeping it tight throughout. And when you start off, you're like, oh my god, this is hard. This is so difficult. My friend's done it before. I recorded this show, and then the amount of people who went on there and they didn't have a coach and then they said relax, it's like these guts would just come out, So they didn't practice it. It's about keeping it tight so you can practice how that works. But he would do ballet and things like that, and even he would try and psych out other people. So before the show, you'd have a weights room, and everyone would
be working out.
You'd be pumping up. You'd be pumping up for the show, just light weights, resistance to get the blood flowing, and before you go, sometimes you would have a bit of like sugar just to get the glucose in there and whatnot. Don't know it's very chemical, but screw it. But he would psych people out. So they'd be like. One other guy would be left and was like, come on, man, come on, a few more, you got it. He's like, Arnold, come on, I'm trying to concentrate right now. And he's just totally trying to psych him out. Like
some dude picks up the weight and he's like, is that it? Wow.
Is that it, bro? Is that all you're going to do? Like, come on, your arm's looking a bit smaller, but it's like, dude, we're literally going to go on a show, fuck off,
So they stop on stage and like, I'm looking small.
You're like, oh shit. No, okay, no, I'm doing this again, yeah. So,
really put you on your head.
Yeah,
That's it. Put you in your head.
Yeah.
Getting people in their heads is actually really good idea.
Yeah, dude, that's what you want to do.
Oh snap! We're nearly an hour.
Fuck, bro. Do I keep going?
Well, it's 3:30 now. 3:35. What are you thinking? I got to head off around 4:45. 4:15. I take that back.
Oh my god, Jesus
wow.
Christ!
No.
Right, we're gonna end this episode here, folks. Thank you for tuning in to our first episode of the podcast.
Yeah,
untitled name.
Yeah,
you'll
working
see
title.
Working title podcast.
Shout out your socials as well, just in case.
What socials?
Yeah, fair point.
What socials? I've got a YouTube channel that'll be linked in the notes and an Instagram that you could follow.
Oh, that'll be linked. Okay, I like that. That sounds professional.
Okay.
Linked in the bio, check out the description afterwards. There'll be some show notes in there.
My ASMR series, folks. Follow it now. I'm on episode 566. Tune in.
Hope you go to bed every night.
Every night. What about you? You want to shout yourself?
Gosh, I did have a YouTube channel. Stuff when I was practicing my flips like 10 years ago. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you check that out. You can find me on Instagram. My name is Andrew Gichi. Andrew Gichigi. Spelled Gichigi.
Link in show notes. Link in show notes.
Check me out.
Thank you for joining us.